Welcome to Bearded Steve from Madrid. And welcome to Luxembourg. Welcome to Brussels. That's right, this video involved travel across not only 3 countries but 5 countries within Europe and the EU. To get there we travelled by land, sea and air, 5,500 kilometres by minibus. We went by ferry across the channel. We went by aeroplane to get to Spain, and we also travelled by train as well as other forms of transport such as the metro and by tram. We visited all 3 countries that house the European Parliament. This was done to mark the historical event, opportunity or catastrophe, take your pick from the above, that is Brexit, and to take advantage of the final amount of free movement that my family and I have as EU citizens. The main reason though was to video some magic tricks outside of them. We're outside one of the Parliament buildings for the EU, believe it or not, where I'm going to perform a special magic trick, an elastic band routine, because they're becoming popular on my channel at the moment. Let's show you what I'm going to do. Like you can see the band on my fingers, and just with a pull that jumps from fingers to fingers. So we are at the Hemicycle, which is where all of the European MPs come to debate new laws. What a great place for a bit of Bearded Steve magic. If I can make that jump on to the other fingers. Actually, I didn't do any magic in Strasbourg, I just took photos. But I did do some in Madrid to make up for it. But the challenge is not to make it jump from 2 fingers to 2 fingers, but from 1 finger to another finger, one at a time. So if you notice which finger that's on, 1, 2, 3, and that just jumps straight through. And I got 3 children aged 5 to 9 to act as my camera operators, which I found had its downsides. This is going to be a very special look at my feet. We will do some elastic band magic, which does not involve my feet, it involves this elastic band on my fingers. The camera's pointing at the floor, Etan.
Yeah, it isn't.
While journeying through Europe, we drove through a few picturesque villages, and while visiting the EU Parliament buildings, I learnt a few interesting things, such as Strasbourg is in France, not Germany. Germany doesn't house any of the EU Parliament buildings, and Luxembourg, get this, is a country in its own right. Although not a very big one, and Luxembourg City at night is a bit like a very posh Blackpool. Now, if insanity takes over your mind and you decide to do a similar journey to the one that I've done, there's a few essential things that you need to be aware of. To drive legally on the continent, you need to carry a few extra things on your vehicle or in your vehicle, including beam deflectors on your headlights, warning triangles, visibility vests, and in France, you are not legal to drive unless you have a breathalyzer with you. Now don't worry about driving on the wrong side of the road. You will make a few mistakes, and if you don't crash during those times, you'll get used to it. And if you do crash, well, you'll have made purchasing all that emergency stuff worth every penny. And if all that seems too much like a load of hassle, and you can carry everything that you want to take with you in a bag on public transport, on trains and planes, that can be a cheaper option. Driving through France can be particularly expensive. Going through the tolls costs a lot of money. But the benefits of this, however, is a much calmer, clearer motorway for a lot of the time when you're driving in France. But the tolls can be expensive and add to the overall cost of your journey. There are no tolls in Germany, but the amount of traffic on the road and the potential for hitting roadworks makes your journey longer and more frustrating. Take, for example, a German road. It's crammed full of cars, it's crammed full of lorries, you have to go really, really slowly, as opposed to a French road, where you can go fast, you can gather some speed, it's clear. A German road, a French road, a German road, and even at night the German roads are crammed with traffic. You get the point. But I'm digressing. The reason that I travelled so many thousands of kilometres across border after border after border to visit all the 3 different places of the European Parliament and Madrid was to do some magic. So here it is. Welcome to Madrid. This is going to be a very special look at my feet. This is going to be a very special trick that I'm going to perform in a moment. I've been noticing that my elastic band magic is becoming really popular, so I've got a new routine to show you with elastic bands. But also I've reached 200 subscribers, woohoo! Which means there's going to be a special video uploaded next time, which is going to involve less of my feet. Thank you, Olivia, who's behind the camera there. And I will be putting on a tutorial for my most popular magic routine, which is my ring and string video. In the meantime, we will do some elastic band magic, which does not involve my feet. It involves this elastic band on my fingers, which is going to jump over to these fingers over here. If you didn't see that very well, let's try doing it with these. Let's focus on the elastic bands on my fingers, and we just need to give my fingers a quick rub because the magic needs to happen. And if we, are you watching? Are you focusing on my fingers?
Yeah.
Just a quick blow and that jumps to the other fingers. Let's see if we can do that. The same thing but from finger. Let's just pull that up there from finger to finger. It just jumps all the way through. Let's see if we can do that again, but we'll make it more difficult. We will cage my fingers so this elastic band can't go anywhere, or with magic 1, 2, 3 it just jumps all the way through. We can one last time. Here we go. Okay, you can see which finger it's on. Watch that point there, just watch that point there, because it's going to go 1, 2, 3, all the way through. Can we have the camera back on me and on this great building behind me? That is Bearded Steam Magic from Brussels, from the centre of the European Parliament. We've been to Luxembourg, we've been to Strasbourg, we've done all three. This has been a great journey. I've reached 200 subscribers, so this is a really special Bearded Steam episode, and if you subscribe you'll get notification for my next episode, which will be a tutorial for my most popular video, which is my ring and string routine. So if you want to get notification of a tutorial for my ring and string routine, press that subscribe now. Thank you very much. Finally, at the end of this journey, I learned that the European Parliament is very useful. For instance, the one in Brussels not only provided a great venue and backdrop to my video and to video my magic tricks, my family and I got to use their toilet and charged electronic devices in there for free. These were desperately needed services, and I'm thankful to the EU for providing them to us. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a bit different to my usual uploads. Please leave comments below, let me know what you think, and of course, like, share and subscribe. But for now it's time to get on the ferry and leave. Goodbye, EU. It's been great.